What's up, guys? It's WebSoak, and no, I didn't just scam. Hey guys, it's WebSoak, and after editing here, and I did notice that the video was 26 minutes long. I do apologize for this. I understand that some people do not have the time to watch such long videos. I'll go ahead and put a timestamp for you guys if you just want to see the tour of Fifth Avenue, but I think it's important that you guys see the first part of this video, as it's going to reveal something very cool that you guys are definitely going to appreciate. So again, apologies for the long video, but I think it was necessary this time. So it is about 26 minutes long if you're watching this on a premiere. Thanks for tuning in. You into watching a rerun of 7th Avenue 53rd Street. No, we're here for a much better reason. And yes, I am going to be touring 5th Avenue 53rd Street in this video. Now, ever since the beginning of this map, there has been something that I've always been wanting to add. And that thing has been announcements. And no, not the chat announcements, and no, not the announcements that you see in full rides, because those are edited in. And I've never been able to add those in-game. Until now. Yes. There are approximately 3,000 announcements in the subway system. At least, meant for normal routes to use. I won't be diving into alternate routes here. But, I now have in-game announcements. I've broken the limit. And there are now basically infinite amounts of sounds that I can add into my resource pack. Although, in this scenario, I've placed it on a separate resource pack. That's right, Subway V1.1. And no, this texture pack is made by me, it's just based off a different one. I'll have to update the metadata. So, what do you think is going to happen when I place this? Is it going to do this? First it will lag spike, of course. And so what's going to happen? Normally you would see this. You would see a written announcement pop up in chat. However, now things have changed.
This is a Queens-bound E train. The next stop is 5th Avenue, 53rd Street.
That's right. I can now add sound effects into the game as I have broken the limit. And I can even do this for basically anything. I already have some announcements placed here for the D. Although, yeah, why not? No, you know, I'm not going to show those ones off. I'm going to save that for the full run of the D. So right here, I also have them for this side.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 50th Street.
Now, of course, alright guys, here we are. Now we're at 5th Avenue, 53rd Street. And hold on, I already know what some of my older subscribers are thinking. Hey, you already toured this station, why are you touring it again? Remember, that was the old map. Those stations no longer apply, they're gone. They were on a different map, a different world. They're gone completely. So now I have a completely new one on the modded map, and this is necessary to build here. I can't just say, well, you know, I toured it on the old world, so I'm not going to tour it. No. It has to be toured. It has to. I put multiple days of effort into this one, so it's getting toured. Plus, I think the station is definitely an improvement from last time. Not only that, but I have always had a desire, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but since the original map, I've always liked the F line and the E line, and I've always had a desire to get them done on this map. And I think I've done significant enough progress on the D line where it's okay to take a break from that, to take a rest from it. So, I will be attempting to make up my progress on the old world, not the original world, the previous one, where I had stations built all the way to 65th Street. I at least want to get to Queens Plaza, Queensboro Plaza, and 21st Street Queensbridge before I continue the D line. Now, it is very well possible that you guys will see a Fordham Road update, or a tour, a review, coming out shortly, though I can't guarantee that it will be one of my priorities. However, the station itself is about 60% completed. The platform is done. It's now the mezzanine and the exits that have to be done. But I can't guarantee that I will have that out anytime soon, as it's always been a desire of mine to have the E and F lines built. So, 5th Avenue, 53rd Street, you guys can see I have 3 buildings here. I put these flags as they exist in real life on this structure here, and I even made a attempt at putting the stars on the American flag using tiny blocks. Now, I don't think those are 50, unfortunately, but that is probably not 50 either. Let's count, guys. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8. Ah, we're missing some states. Oof. Oof. Wait. No, are we? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Oh, okay, we have too many states now. There are not 64 states, guys. Let's settle down there. Alright, so now, you're wondering, how does this differ from the old one? Well, right off the bat, I have this building here. Yep. Obviously, there's the new modded stuff in this world. Better detailing on there. Some villagers will handle those in a second. So yeah, right away, I have this building. This building was not in the original world. In the previous world, there was not this building. The original world didn't even have exits for this station, but the previous world didn't have this. It just cut off. It was just a wall. So let's go down to the station. And I'm going to point this out really quick. The building is labeled 666. You can walk all the way through there, although I assume it looks like you need to be an employee, and this must be some type of a lobby area. Alright, so Subway EM 5th Avenue Station. Let's head down. Now, right away, you guys will notice I did make, I did somewhat fail with this mezzanine. I made it way too shallow, seeking to have a long escalator, but that backfired. You guys might have noticed like a little hill in the street there, very minute, but it's there. But yeah, so yeah, I made this way too shallow, but I still think it looks good. So unfortunately, it looks like some of these stores didn't make it through COVID, and they're now for lease in Minecraft at least. I'm not sure as to the ones in the real world. So what this basically means is that I did not want to build the shops because of how shallow I made the mezzanine. So like everybody else, I used the excuse of COVID-19. So let's head down here. I love this design on the floor. This is awesome. And looks like we've got some minecart machines here. I can get a second minecart here, and this one's out of order. What happens if I press it? Nothing happens. Alright. Exit east side 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. You have 2 exits here. One will go to the southeast corner of 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. Here it is, built into this building here. Very nice stuff. 5th Avenue, 53rd Street, E and M. And you have another one across here. Very nice. 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. And look at the view. That's a cool view. There we go. Alright, now let's head back down and let's go into the station. Now already you can see this differs from the original one in that I have the detailing here on the I-beam pillars. I have the detailing on the wall tiling there, the floor tiling. I did this thinner yellow staircase. Like I made the yellow part just take it one step because it was only a 2-block staircase. And it also has these round lights like in real life. It has these more refined looking than the original world. So yeah, if you you're not happy to see the same station being toured again, but in the new world and rebuilt completely, then at least it's got some different things going for it. So entry E and M, I am going to be using a darker blue from now on for the E, and the M remains the same. Exit 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. Let's go down here without bumping into the beams. There's a center staircase and an up escalator and a down escalator. And I have figured out how to do the down arrow again. Previously, the one that I used, for whatever reason, it seems like some sort of update happened and it didn't work before. The previous one, I don't know if you guys noticed, I did have a previous arrow that looked like this, but it no longer works, unfortunately. I had used it in the previous world, it must only work on 1.16. And yeah, it says EM down, so let's go down. I set up these light fixtures to be like this. I tried to get them as smooth as possible without making it too smooth. And that also adds to the perception of depth. And you'll notice that there's these yellow markings under the custom stairs that I created to resemble escalators. Now once you're down here at the platform, you are greeted with two signs. One for Lexington Avenue, Queens, E&M, and one for downtown and Brooklyn, E&M. And you'll also notice that there is a nice tiling here on the ground level, and we once again have the red on red. Let's see the downtown and Brooklyn E&M. So this is the more unique platform. You can see the ceiling has an arch design to it. Let's get the rest of that to load over there. There we go. Okay, ew. That's not good. Alright, there we go. I don't know why it was at 12. Must have been some weird setting turned on its own, huh? So yeah, there's a sign here that says exit 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. And since I'm using these announcements, I'll show you guys how this works in a second. I'm now going to be putting the stoppers at the end of the stations, which means that for now on, route signs will no longer indicate where the stopper is. So I will just have copies of the route signs going across the platform, sporadically placed, like in real life, instead of just at the center. In real life, these things are actually like spread out. Like you see there's one there and one there. And formerly, I would only put them in the center of the station where the stopper is, but for now on, the stopper is going to be over there. So I will sprinkle them like in real life. So you have E8th Avenue local to World Trade Center, M6th Avenue local to Metropolitan Avenue, late nights and weekends for 6th Avenue, take E to 7th Avenue for D. Along the wall there, I created 5th Avenue, 53rd Street signs like in real life. Suggestion of Diamond Axe, I added these large bullets for the E and M. 5th Avenue, 53rd Street signs are plastered across the wall. And then there are these signs indicating where the exits are. So one for 5th Avenue and one for Madison Avenue. Then there are all these advertisements here, which I just represented with colored concrete because I thought that looked good enough. And then I broke it. Now, I'm not sure if there was a bench here in real life, but I saw a garbage can, and usually there's benches next to them. So, the upper platform gets one sole bench. And before I leave city lower level, I'll show you guys the announcements. And yes, you will actually get to hear them, like I just showed you at 7th Avenue. So, the way these work, you're probably wondering, how did I make this work if there are two trains on the same track? How is it going to know which one to play? Well, it doesn't know. You have to know. So when you arrive at the station, you stop here at the end. The announcement doesn't play automatically. There is a sign, operator must press one option before proceeding, top for E, bottom for M. So let's say I was an E. I would hit the top.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street.
So yes, that plays for the E, and if you were an M, you would hit the bottom one.
This is a Brooklyn-bound M local train. The next stop is
47th, 50th Streets, Rockefeller Center.
And yes, as I said, those are actually in-game, and I created those using my own sound effects in a resource pack. This isn't even replacing sound effects, so I can have as many as I need. up to, I think, 4 million or something characters, but there are around 3,000 announcements, so I believe that there is definitely more than enough space. So let's go to the lower level here, Lexington Avenue, Queens, E and M. We will take the staircase. Reach the lower level, and it's way different than the upper level. The former arch is gone, and here it immediately says Lexington Avenue and Queens, E and M, and then there's just an exit sign, 5th Avenue and 53rd Street. Now, you will notice something quite odd here, and I find this very strange and don't know the reason behind it. The pillars down here are noticeably thinner, and not only that, but it's a box, and you usually don't see box platforms this deep underground. This platform in real life is 80 feet underground. So it is very strange to see an arch at the upper level and then a box at the lower level. The upper level is actually 49 feet below the ground, so this platform is considerably deeper, being 80 feet below the ground, than the upper level being about 50. So here you have a sign to Lexington Avenue, Queens. E, Queens Boulevard Express to Jamaica Center, late nights local. M, Queens Boulevard local to Forest Hills, late night and weekends. More of these signs indicating the exits. I put some benches down here because usually this type of platform has more than one bench. Another sign, there's some caution tape along here. I'm not sure what this is for, honestly. Maybe there's something about this spot that construction workers have to know about. And then you'll also notice that there are these spots in the walls where you can stand to protect yourself in the event that you are in the tracks for whatever reason. Maybe you fell in accidentally and a train comes, you can actually hide in these and be safe until it goes. Unless you get sparked, which would not be fun, but I think you'd survive that. So, continue down here, more benches down here. Then the sign here is different. Exit Madison Avenue, open 9:45 p.m. Saturday or... Okay, hold on. I read this thing way incorrect. Okay. Exit Madison Avenue, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., 9:45 p.m. Saturday, 1:45 p.m. through 9:45 p.m. Or use 5th Avenue exit the other end. That's right, guys. The Madison Avenue exit is not full-time. It closes. It's not actually completely owned by the MTA. They only use it. So first I'll show you guys the announcements right here. So again, it's the same deal. If you are a E or M train, you have to hit 1. It's the same thing. So the lower letter will always go on the top of the lower number.
This is a Queens-bound E train. The next stop is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street. This is a Queens-bound M local train. The next stop is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street.
Alright, so there's those announcements. Let's head up back to the upper level and exit out at the Madison Avenue exit and end off the tour and review. So again, you can see another view of the upper level from here. And we will exit out here. Now I just put wool here because I didn't get to do the tunnels yet. Once I do the tunnels, that wool will be replaced with the actual tunnels and it will be gone. So this part goes over here and exits out towards the Madison Avenue mezzanine, which is not full time. People come up here and here's the mezzanine. They'll exit out and then this gate is closed, and then the only way to get out is to jump the turnstiles or pay again. Because you're trapped. It's just that simple, guys. You're trapped. So, entry E and M. Again, it's the same escalator that I just went up. E and M down arrow. Although this mezzanine is slightly cooler. Although I think I prefer the other mezzanine. So, exit Madison Avenue and 53rd Street. I'm not sure about the turnstile configuration in real life, so I just put 2 sets of turnstiles here. Entry to the E&M, entry to the E&M. And you have your Metro card, minecart machines. Some stores set up over here. Looks like we got a Dunkin' Donuts there. A 99-cent pizza store. Some kind of clothing shop. Starbucks. And some unbranded place. Looks like there's a place to eat your food here. And more gates. Be careful, guys. Looks like you could also get locked in there. There's a sign there saying Subway E&M. Now, I did not put the entire buildings for this part. I just put the subway exits. At this point, station fatigue was setting in, and I was ready to move on. So, a subway. 5th Avenue, 53rd Street. Subway station for the E&M. And you have a partial front for the building here. In real life, it's tall. It's probably that height. Maybe middle of that height in the other building. And you will also notice that in this area, Madison Avenue has blue signs. At least according to Google Maps' current render. We're on Madison Avenue here, 53rd Street. And I'll show you guys the last and final exit. 5th Avenue, 53rd Street, subway station for the E&M. There is another gate here, guys. So again, be careful at the Madison Avenue exit. You never know what could happen. There's an arrow to the exit, southwest side of Madison Avenue and 53rd Street. And we're back where we just looped out from. My rating for this station. I love the design. I think it's actually very cool. I don't like the fact that that exit over there is not full-time. But I like this one, but I suspect that this is not full-time either. So, just because of the fact that these two look like the only full-time exits, and you could probably get locked in at that side and be forced to pay or risk getting fined, then I'm going to give this station a 8.9 out of 10. Yes, it's a strange rating, but I couldn't quite bring myself to give it a 9 with the fact that you can get locked in and double charged at the other exit. However, it does feature some nice exits, so I'm gonna bump that up to a 9. 9, the final answer. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm not sure what the next station will be. I have to build 57th Street at some point as well, because I need that so that when I return to the D line and go to do Rockefeller Center, I have to have 57th Street. It's just part of my building method. So next episode could be 57th Street, could be 57th Street, 7th Avenue, because I'm going to have to build Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street again. It could be Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street, which really isn't that far. It's if I was at that exit, then it's 2 blocks away. It could be 5th Avenue, 59th Street. No, actually probably is unlikely that it's Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, but you guys never know what could happen. But I would like to reach Queens again. I love the F and E lines, and I'm going to try my best to remake the progress that we had. I'd like to at least get to Jackson Heights before full-time returning to the D line. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys later, and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.